This is my review on Superman Man of Tomorrow. That's the title. Came out this year, 2020, and it's pretty good. It's a really solid origin story. In my opinion, it's the best origin story since Superman: The Last Son of Krypton, when Tim Daly played Superman. The second best before this was Man of Steel, I think. But I think this one has both of them beat mostly because of the pacing. It never feels like there's a rough edited scene in the film. Every scene feels like it matters in this movie. Every scene there's nothing that feels like unnecessary shit. Like a good origin story, and like many Superman stories, it never feels like, for Superman adaptations, when they always use origin story, it never feels like especially this one, never feels like there's stuff in there for unnecessary stuff, for just the sake of adding shit. So, this is a really good one. It's Superman, Clark Kent doesn't really put on the suit until he doesn't really get the suit until a little after the halfway point of the movie is when he gets the suit, and but he's still saving lives, but he just not sure if he wants to go public and face and deal with the consequences, or if he wants to stay high and deal with the consequences. So, but in the meantime, he's still committing hero acts. He's still being an active hero. Yet he's still he still hasn't fully embraced that whole. He has still fully embraced of his hero persona yet. And throughout the. So in the meantime, when he's fighting, one day, this guy called Blobo. Oh, yes, Blobo's in this, and he has come to us to hunt and get his pay for the last Kryptonian, supposedly. It's later reveal Blobo to say that just because it makes the hunt more fun. And that there's more, and hinting out that he's not the only Kryptonian or the last Kryptonian in this universe. Same goes for Martian Manhunter. Neither of them are the last of a kind, and neither is Blobo the last of his kind. So he says a lot of things, and a lot of things aren't true. He says a lot of things to sound cool. He missed that at the end when he's riding off on his bike to go take a shit. That's where he says he's going at home. That's what he's going to do. He said he literally told Superman Martian Manhunter that. So, and after Superman, before he comes to me, he's just fighting him, Blobo as Clark, and defeats him. It was to help with Martian Manhunter. And Martian Manhunter just disappears while Blobo gets locked in cell. Locked in a cell, locked up. And so when blows through this explosive, As Superman turns out, this janitor who Superman was friends with, called Huey, I think, who was a war veteran and a family man, becomes Parasite after the explosion fused with his human DNA. He becomes like something else entirely. And the more he absorbs people's energy or alien energy, he becomes more powerful and absorbs their memories. So Superman and Martian Manhunter decide to team up again. They kind of lose. Superman is now paralyzed, and his powers are, well, he still has powers, they're just not up to their full strength. Well, Martian Manhunter looks like he bit the dust, as in fried. Lily got fried by the Parasite was using his Superman's powers against Martian Manhunter and fried him. So Superman, Clark Clark is willing to call it quits, but Lois Lane gives him a pep talk, even though she has no idea she's Superman, and this inspires Clark to push forward and to not give up because it's what he really wants. And he finds out the reason why Lois came to his house is just to steal his story. But she says, "No, what? No, we could work on together. You and me." So he says, "That's great, but tell Perry you can't find me because I quit for now." And because and he just like shows Lois the door, and it's kind of funny. And when he faces Paris for the first time, he already has a suit that was given to and handcrafted by his mother, which was made out of the same material of his baby blanket that survives, that's fireproof. And she says, if you want to wear this, I'm not telling you, she says, I'm not telling you I want you to do this, I'm telling you, we're done buying more nice clothes for you to wreck. After Clark does the sign, so I'm saying you don't want me to do this. I'm guessing. I have your approval. So, and it turns out, Father helped me the suit, and after Superman made a headline at the Daily Bugle, it says, "Who is Superman?" So Superman decides to go to Lex Luthor for help, even though he's already locked up as Superman, and puts on the suit once again. Lex Luthor does help him, actually willingly helps him and agrees to help him, but he wanted to know why can't he just do it himself because he's seen him in action. Then he figures it out that his son, that the reason why he wants Superman to get him into space is because he gets his powers from the sun for some reason. And he says to Lex Luthor some of his powers work better than others, but he's not up to full. He's mostly human right now, so he's mostly a moral man right now. So he's not up to full strength. So Luthor helps him and finds some video footage about the Sharon getting fused with the alien explosion bomb group. And figures out that who Parasite is. That's when Superman and Luthor and Lobo figures out that Parasite is actually human, and Superman knows that janitor. He recognizes him, and he knows who he's been fighting is his friend. So Lobo's down for the count. Looks like he's dead. And after blowing himself up, and hopefully sadly that didn't work for the Parasite. That didn't blow up Parasite. Just made him just pissed him off below. So Superman decides to give Huey, who is Parasite, his powers, and this is after we see a moment of Huey feeling a little sentimental, and you feel really bad for this character. You feel there's some sympathy, and humanity there in this character. After he leaves the hospital and kills all these people by absorbing their life, he goes home, and this monster form, he scares his daughter, and then he realizes he can't go back. It kind of basically, you kind of know that he's saying he can't go back there. That's not his life anymore. He's sort of accepting that. And, so, yeah, so, that's when he decides to, he kills pharmacists also, because, and sort of all his energy, and out looking for morphine for the pain. The pain is part of his transformation, so apparently he feels pain when he transforms more into this creature. It basically hints at, and then all is just that, hints at very vaguely he feels pain when he grows more of these monster features, these parasite features from the comics. So I really like what they did with Parasite. They did as good jobs making fair him as well, feeling sympathy for him, in ways that kind of failed at Zod. From Man of Steel. Yeah, I understand they were trying to make him a sympathetic yet scary character, but it kind of, you only felt scared by him, not really any sympathy there, because it just hinted at rather than shit. It just told you who Zod was, what his motivation was, but it didn't really show you who Zod was and how he went from this honorable warrior to the person that will turn against his old kind for the greater good. I mean, you got what he was getting at, you got where he was coming from, but you just, I don't know, it's just, they didn't put enough cards on the table for you to feel sorry for them. And I think another reason why I think this is the best origin, why this is better than Man of Steel, is because of the villain. The villain not only is scary and intimidating, but you know who he is. They show you who he is. He was a nice. They show you he was a nice guy turned bad, and also a veteran warrior, because he knows what. Clark knows all this stuff because Huey told him all this stuff about him, and you show him like bonding with Clark before he becomes Superman, before he embraces the hero persona. So so Superman decides to fly to Parasite, who is Huey, and have Huey absorb his powers, and have Lex Luthor do it now to take down. And he's not sure who he wants to take down, Superman or Parasite. So he decides to end him. So he decides to take down both at the same time by shooting Parasite. Unfortunately, Superman survives the blow, and he just gets backstabbed by Lex Luthor. And when all hope is lost for Superman, Martian Manhunter comes back. Turns out he faked his death with one of his holograms, with one of his illusions, to save his friend Superman, Clark Kent. And it's Superman and Clark know their own identities, know their secret identities, that know their real names. Like Superman knows, and Clark Kent is Martian Manhunter trying to fall Superman to his parents' farm, so he knows that Clark Kent and Superman are the same person. And he unlocks the device to explain his heritage. It's basically a library of his heritages, of his history, of his family. And he is told to Clark that he is like an optimist, just like his father. And Martian Manhunter explains the reason why he doesn't remember being at Krypton is because he was only an infant, as in a baby. So yeah, so I also like how it doesn't. I like how it acknowledges that all these things happen, like the Krypton dying and exploding, but it doesn't show you because you've seen it before, and it doesn't show you the space crash landing on Earth, but you've seen it before. But it basically acknowledges that they happen without feeling out of nowhere. It feels organic. These things. I really like the dialogue in this film. The dialogue feels really natural, really feels really human, and also at the same time comic booky. At the same time, as in timeless. At the same time, I think I don't know what it is. Amazed how the actors. I think it's not the dialogue. I think it's how these voice actors decide to deliver their lines. So anyway, Martian Manhunter saves Lex Luthor and goes after Lex Luthor and tells him to find a different way because the kryptonite ring will kill him. They don't call kryptonite yet because maybe they're saving that for so the kryptonite is basically radiation that's non-lethal to humans, but lethal to Kryptonians, as in Superman race. So it's not just a rock. It's radiation that is daily to Superman's race. So Superman finds a kind of wings it, and that's how he's going to find the other way. He just flies. He flies straight to Parasite while the Parasite is going to the crowd of humans and throwing junk at him, telling him to get off, calling him names and stuff, calling him alien and stuff. And Superman yells at him to stop it. He's not the alien, I am. And they're all like, shots. That's Superman's the alien, but Parasite is not the alien. And he says, you fear aliens. He says, he makes his race, he really explains, saying, you fear aliens every day, even when they're not there. My name is Kal-El. And Kal-El from Krypton, and I come in peace. His name's Huey. He was born. He's a human like you. Something happened to him, and he's not thinking. He says he's a human like you. He was born here. He was raised here, just like me, just like I am one of you. Because he says he was afraid of if the world found out he was an alien, but he said he's not afraid anymore. He's done being afraid. And then he talks to Huey, saying, "Huey, I know you're in there. If you absorb all my memories, you absorb all my love that I have for my friends and loved ones." By absorbing all of my energy. See, the reason why how he's trying to defeat Huey is not by force, but through his heart, by reminding Huey who he is. And then he looks at the girl. Looks at the girl. Looks at the girl and these two girls who remind him of his daughter and his wife, and he's picking pieces of his mind coming back to him, because you see that's what he really cares about is his family, and that is the most human part of him. So then one of the crowds decided to be jackass and kill one, just like throwing people at him, and Superman stops him by telling Huey stop, and stops him by doing something he'll regret, because he knows that Huey's still in there. His humanity is still in there, even though his human form is long gone. Then, turns out the reason why Lex Luthor was running away from Martian Manhunter, who was trying to turn off the generator that will explode. And he tells Martian Manhunter, "You sure have let me turn it off." And he didn't, and this is when he's all tied off. Because, in other words, he's blaming Martian Manhunter just because Luthor's a bad communicator. And so, Huey decides to be the real hero of the film and saves everyone by absorbing all of the energy of the generator that was about to explode. And he just turns to ashes, and Superman's really sad because and tells Huey if he does it, tells Huey don't do it, it'll kill you. And Huey just didn't care. He just decides to save everyone because he's reminded of Clark of who he is. He remembers his humanity. He remembers who he was. So he decides to be the best he can be, and he decides to make the best of it because he decides to make the best, be the best version of himself in those little moments by sacrificing himself and absorbing the energy. So Superman's really sad that Huey died, and Superman was going to go to stop it, but then Huey saw that Superman was still too weak, so he decides to do, without hesitation, go to the generator and absorb all the energy that's going to explode, and it's nuclear. So yeah, Huey's also known as Parasite's dead, and so. Oh, that was my neck. So